Sonic has had his up and downs over the past decade, with it starting off good with Sonic Unleashing Generations, moving on to make some garbage such as Lost World and Boom, to recover a lot with Sonic Mania, and then afterwards completely faceplant again with Sonic Forces.
Know your place, trash!
I would mention Sonic Origins, but of course, I mean, it's just a classic game, so they can't screw that. Well, Anyway, we are cautiously awaiting Sonic Frontiers release sometime this holiday, and while awaiting, why not play some fan games to tide us over for now? Yeah, I found this random fan game called Sonic and the Fallen Star. I mean, it seems alright, I guess we'll try it out. Guys, we need to talk about this game. Sonic and the Fallen Star, while not being an official Sega game, feels like the closest we'll get to a fan game playing almost the exact same as an official game. And actually, in some ways, it even improves on the official games. A quick rundown of the backstory of this game: Sonic FS, I'll just go ahead and call it that for short, was made by Stardrop and Holly Taylor. Now, just saying this is an accomplishment. Somehow two people made a better Sonic game than anything we've gotten in the past few years. Besides Sonic Mania, of course. But honestly, I'd say it's really close for which one I like better. Also, before we continue, consider spin dashing into that like and subscribe button with post notification bell on. It really helps out the channel, and I'd appreciate if you do it, but you don't have to. Anyway, this game is amazing, and I'll be covering the zones, music, and the final boss, as well as something later on, but you'll have to wait for that. Even loading in the game, you can see that a lot of care and effort went into making this, whether that be the animation or the backgrounds. It all has a really smooth feeling that most fan games I've seen haven't really replicated before, and it works really well too. Anyway, talking about the actual game now, there's cutscenes.
He has such a way with words.
This has Sonic and Tails fly on their plane to go to this island to find a piece of the star. They land, and it begins the first zone. First zone in the game is Sapphire Sights, and let me just be the first to say it is really refreshing that it's not Green Hill number 69,420 with RTX on. Already the game feels original, and it'll stay that way for the rest of the game. It gives the game a really good first impression. Going over the moves real quick, Sonic obviously has the iconic spin dash with the addition of the drop dash from Sonic Mania and the super peel, a move that originated in Sonic CD. And I'm sad that more games haven't used it. Anyway, back to the zone. It has a really nice aesthetic, almost feels like a mix of Palm Tree Panic and Angel Island. For a first level, it's really good. It's the perfect mix of a level to let experienced players enjoy themselves and also teach new players the basics. I like this level a lot. It plays really well and is overall a great introduction to this game. Sonic defeats Eggman and tries to go for the star, however Eggman grabs him and takes the star for himself. Not before the star explodes, though. Then the star lowers down to Sonic, and then it breaks off into pieces, and then they chase after Eggman, going on to the next zone. Tropical Tracks plays pretty good and is a good follow-up to the previous zone, a pattern that will definitely repeat in this video. The backgrounds are also really good in this level. You can see cars driving through the background. It has a very good aesthetic. It also hails in comparison to the original level, which was just a regular forest, but this one is more industrialized while still having some forest background. You know, also that, and that the scary Badman is at the end of the level again. Anyway, I like this level. It's pretty good, and it definitely is a good follow-up to the original one. Anyway, the next cutscene has Sonic and Tails get on a train and they see a sign of Amy. Anyway, they get off the train and then they run to the next zone. The next zone is Discount Districts, and it's pretty epic, I have to say. It definitely feels inspired by Studiopolis. Just comparing them, you can kind of see a resemblance. But I'm not saying it is, because I mean, all the zones in this game are original. Maybe it was inspired, or maybe it wasn't. They also added 2D rails, which hasn't been in a mainline 2D Sonic game before, besides the Advance series, but I'm talking about the mainline games. Sorry about that, Sonic Advance. And honestly, the rails work really good. In the background there are some ads and also some chili dog stands, but sadly Sonic can't have his regularly scheduled chili dog break. Patent pending. The next cutscene, Tails finds a piece of the star and grabs it. Then they proceed to do some epic parkour to get up. When Eggman's speeding off, he accidentally drops something that reveals his plan to Sonic and Tails. With them knowing the plan now, they chase after Eggman. The next zone, Bubble Blossom, is the dreaded water level in most Sonic games, and I have to say it's not as bad as most of them. Or at least it's definitely not as bad as Labyrinth Zone. Surprisingly, most of the level is spent out of water, but the few water section it does have are short and sweet. Oh crap, that wasn't supposed to happen. No, you're not looking at this, stop. You didn't see anything. Anyway, the atmosphere gives off a water park theme to the level, which I really like. The zone also has tubes, which are similar to the ones you can go through in Chemical Plant Zone. Honestly, not a bad zone, and definitely not a bad water zone, unlike most Sonic games. In the next cutscene, Sonic and Tails are running, and Tails just frickin' dies. Just kidding, of course. Anyway, Sonic jumps off, and Tails follows after him. See, it's funny because I made the same joke twice. Yes, thank you for the Oscar for reusing content. I really appreciate you guys. The next zone is Frozen Fountain, and it's great. It definitely reminds me of Snowcap Zone, not the Origins version, but the original Sonic 3 version, because they completely butchered the music in Sonic Origins. Honestly, the zone plays really well and actually has a really good soundtrack to boot. It's definitely a stark contrast to the original water park, where this almost feels like it's frozen over as you can slide on the ice. They also brought back the frozen animation from Sonic Mania and CD. Overall, it's a good level and I really like it. Sonic defeats the boss. The next cutscene plays where Tails grabs another piece of the star, and then they chase after Eggman. See, it's funny because I use the same joke again. So, yes, thank you for my second Oscar. I really Okay, fine, I won't do those jokes anymore. Then Sonic almost gets run over. Huh, I wonder who's in that car. Anyway, they hitch a ride and then they go into the building. Then they dash off into the next zone. Gusty Greenhouse is well executed, with it feeling very similar to Press Garden from Sonic Mania. Now, for some of the patch zones, you could argue that they might not have been inspired by an already existing zone, but it's kind of hard to argue here. Now, obviously, I'm not saying it is a bad thing, of course. It plays completely different to Press Garden, but I feel that the set piece was inspired by it. Moving on from that, there are many gimmicks that set this level apart, such as the fan. You can jump on it to reach higher places. There's also this oil? Yeah, we'll just call it oil. It works similar to quicksand or the oil from Oil Ocean Zone. Gusty Greenhouse is actually pretty good and plays great as always. The next cutscene, Eggman is watching Sonic and Tails, and then he comes up with a big brain moment. Then Sonic and Tails chase after Eggman again. They arrive at Carnival Crater and then they run to the next zone. Carnival Crater is actually really good in my opinion, probably my favorite zone in the game. It's literally a carnival but with lava, and in my opinion, I don't think that's good for the visitors. It also has a really cool gimmick where you ride a roller coaster that launches you up into the air, but still I don't think that's good for visitors. Anyway, the only thing I don't like about this zone is how short it was. I beat it in like a minute and 30 seconds on my first attempt. It's not necessarily bad for a level to be short, unless you're Sonic Forces. But I just like this level a lot, so it kinda sucks that it was short. However, I guess the term short but sweet would work here. It's definitely better to have 2 amazing cookies and 5,000 bad ones, and this zone definitely is amazing. Next cutscene, like always, Sonic and Tails chase after Eggman. Then they get to a wall and Tails has to fly Sonic up. However, the volcano erupted faster than a Karen when you overcook her food by 1 degree slightly. Luckily they escaped though, and they run to the next zone. The next zone is Raspberry River, and it also technically is a water level. However, I think I only saw water in this zone twice, and you can run on it with enough speed. So technically you don't really have to go in the water. So is it a water level? Well, I guess that depends on your definition of a water level. Anyway, there are also, wouldn't you know it, raspberries in the background. I honestly think the zone is pretty good. The set piece in the background are pretty cool. Raspberry River also has this really neat gimmick where you go into this geyser and get launched into the air. It also gives you a glider to move around. All in all, this is a good zone and I like it. This cutscene shows Sonic and Tails seeing Eggman's ship rise out of the water. We realize that Eggman has one of the pieces, and Tails look at the pieces he has and he realizes that Eggman has the last piece. This transitions into the final zone. The next and final zone in the game is Thunder Turbine, and it's really good. It starts off on the river from the previous level, but the ship ascends into the air, so now it's a sky level. The transition was very natural and it surprised me the first time I saw it. Also, I realized when Sonic runs across the river, it has like this rainbow splash to it, which is a callback to Sonic CD. It actually is a really cool callback and I liked it. Anyway, when you're in the sky, the zone feels very similar to Flying Battery, one of my favorite zones in Sonic 3, so it was cool to see something like that here. Also, let me just say the backdrop in this zone is amazing. It really shows how much care was put into this game. There are also these gravity elevator things that move Sonic up or down depending on the color and the arrow of the elevator. I like this zone in the game. It's probably my second favorite, with Discount District in third and Carnival Crater at first. After beating Act 2, you run to the final boss. Eggman takes the pieces of the stars you've collected and uses it to charge the final boss. And honestly, it's not a bad fight. He has a few attacks, one where he slides and you have to hit his head. The next where he bounces around, and then once he's overheated, or I think that's what happens at least, you hit his head. Honestly, it's not hard for a final boss fight, but that's not necessarily a problem. I really like it. Anyway, after you defeat him, you get another cutscene. Oh yeah, I should also probably talk about the music. The music in this game was composed by Holly Taylor, and it's actually pretty good. Actually no, it's really good. I've been using the soundtrack in this game for some of the backgrounds while I'm talking. If you've listened to them, you can tell that a lot of them sound pretty good and have a lot of care in them. I'll put a link down in the description so you can listen to the soundtrack. Definitely go check it out. Well, I guess that's everything in the game. But wait, there's more. Alright, since I'm going to be talking about the secret thing now, I'm going to be using the drum from that one funny drum game. Drum roll, please. Crap, I can't do a drum roll. Hold on a second. There, I just now downloaded a stock sound effect of a drum roll. Alright, now, drum roll. The 7 Chaos Emeralds. That's right, by entering these giant rings, you'll have a chance at winning Chaos Emeralds. And once you beat all of them, not only will you feel like a Chad, get my credit card number, but also be able to turn into Super Sonic. Now that we have all 7 Chaos Emeralds, let's see what happens if we go back to the final boss. Warning, there will be some major spoilers ahead, so watch with caution. 3, 2, 1. So, where to begin? I guess with the cutscene. After you defeat the final boss again, you get another cutscene and then it transitions into something else. with Sonic's new form, you have to defeat the true final boss now. It actually plays really well. It reminds me of the true final boss fight from Sonic Mania. This boss also has a risk-reward scenario. Do I go for rings or do I go for an extra hit? Because if you lose all your rings, you lose your form and lose the boss. Overall, I think it's a really good final boss fight and a good send-off to this game. After you defeat the boss, you get another cutscene. And that is Sonic and the Fallen Star. At the end of the game, you get a title card that says thank you for playing. And if either Stardrop or Holly Taylor is watching this, which they're probably not, thank you for letting us play this. This game was amazing, and I really liked it. If you showed this game to someone who wasn't a Sonic fan, they probably wouldn't tell the difference from an official game. And that's why I'm proud to give this game a 10 out of 10. If you're so interested in the game, I'll put a link in the description. Definitely go check it out. And if you made it this far into the video, thank you for watching. I know it definitely takes time out of your life to watch some random guy talk about Sonic, and I really appreciate you guys making it this far. Anyway, that'll be all, guys. Remember, check out the game if you want, and I'll also link the soundtrack in the description if you want to listen to it. So thanks, guys, for watching. We'll see you in the next video. Peace.